It's a cliche. No matter how far you go, no matter where you perform, dying's easy. Comedy is hard. I'm a musician. For decades I've performed on stage and on the road. I wanted to rock even as a kid. In high school I was named Best Musician. My destiny was music. It also helps to be from New York. My name is Bergman. Now I'm off on a different kind of road show. My journey begins in Seattle for a West Coast jaunt to Los Angeles, California. Not to perform music, to begin a trip into the great Hollywood unknown. Yes, I'll be performing on stage, but this time as a stand-up comedian, a comic. Am I funny? I better be. Whether I kill and have them screaming in the aisles, or just die as the silence rips out my heart. I never tried anything like this, ever. Wish me luck. I've always wanted to be a comedian. That was actually my first choice when I was a very young child. I loved all the comedy I saw on television, all the black and white comedians, black and white TV. So I'm this musician going out there and switching lanes. So I set off in my '88 Ford Aerostar I call Vanna White, along with my rusty dog Rita, lately the only female who will have me, down the coast in search of Hollywood's greatest comedy clubs. An open mic is my open invitation. And why not LA, since it's the capital of the amateur comic? That's a good place. There's a ton of open mics. It's where they all go on Leno and Letterman. So it's a land of tinsel and dreams. And as such, that was a good first choice.
Alex Phillips.
It's a zoo. There's probably, my guess is a ratio here. This woman just told me there's 15 slots. But I'm counting like at least 50 or 60 people. Anyway, I was here in the 70s, and, you know, I did a musical set here. I looked at the stage, and bang, it hit me. I've been here, you know, because I lived in L.A. that 1 year just doing music. And, you know, if I have one great regret in my life, besides, you know, all the disgusting relationships with women I've been in, but if I have a regret besides that, it was leaving Los Angeles for a woman. Here I am in L.A., right, at Sunset Strip, and comedy open mics. This little older guy amongst a pack of hungry youngsters, doing cleaner material than most of them, and self-deprecating material about myself. And all this stuff was very scary because I've never spoken about myself on stage before. We didn't make the cut. But they have three names that says please allow at the bottom. And I asked somebody, what does please allow mean? You know, they have the major people who made the cut. And it says please allow. And I asked them, and they said employees. Everybody's vying for that one hallowed, relished, you know, enshrined spot that might have them get noticed. He said, I can get you set if you're willing to be part of the situation, because your name could be called at any time. I'll squeeze you in, but you got to stay here. That's the catch. So in other words, if you go to another place to sign up, you might get called. If you're called and you're not here, no go. At the major comedy venues, there were always 3 times as many comedians as there were slots on stage. Lotteries were held, but suspicions were raised. Were they fixed? Some comedians said so. All I know, the manager's girlfriend always seemed to get a spot. At big clubs, for me at least, open mic nights were always closed. When I was about to set foot on stage for the first time in L.A., I was feeling, I was a mix of feelings, but more of it was terror than confidence.
Now, coming up to shut down the Grindhouse from Seattle, we got Bergman, everybody.
Most of the women advertise, it says tall. By the third word, it says tall, tall, tall. It's like nobody doesn't say, you know, I don't care. You know, it's okay if you're a little short. So short, short, short. You get over. What's the problem out there? You all right, guys? Jesus, anyway.
It's always a lot of fun. And that's the bottom line here. We're having fun and we're learning about stuff. Well, I'm so scared. It's probably going to screw up so badly here on stage tonight that there's a point where I'm beyond caring. I thought I came in because this was just an experiment. This was a project. You see, under that guise, under that banner. But now you start to believe this is really who I am. I really am a comic.
Here he is, y'all. Give it up for Birdman.
How you doing?
Who the hell are you? Where'd you come from? That was great. That was highly unusual what you did. That was really original. We loved you, man. You're great. We're going to have to try to get you some showcases. All of that stuff rushed up to me, and I thought, this is it. This is a piece of cake. No problem at all. You see, I told you I'd be famous in a few nights.
So I'm a submissive male, a kind of submissive anemics. The situation here is still worse yet, because what happens is now you've really outpriced yourself. There are very few dominatrixes walking around every day. I decided, I would finally pay for one, but since I'm poor, I don't have a lot of money. I haven't achieved that status of success in my life. I had to bargain with the lady and ask her if she would do a sliding scale. So, basically I thought I could count sheep and slow it down a little bit, slow down the process a little bit. And while she's doing whatever she's doing, which is, I'm very grateful for, I decided maybe I would read the presidents. I would think of the presidents, because the names are longer. So, we'd start out, and we go like George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, what's next? James Madison, thank you. James, you guys are good. James Monroe, John Quincy Adams, and when I get to, Andrew Jackson, and, I'm thinking about these things while she's doing the thing, and, Martin Van Buren, William Henry Harrison, John Tyler, James K. Polk, Zachary Taylor, Miller Fillmore, Franklin Pierce, James Buchanan, Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Johnson, Ulysses S. Grant, Rutherford Burchard Hayes, James Abram Garfield, Chester Allen Arthur, Grover Cleveland, Benjamin Harrison, Grover Cleveland again, William McKinley, Theodore Roosevelt,
Taft.
William Howard Taft. And the thing is, I have never gotten past William Howard Taft. Thank you.
Kill or die. Well, to kill on stage, to use that term, it refers to really nailing, really getting laughs. Dying is that you just feel awful. You feel like you don't want to do it ever again. So you're hooked, man. You're addicted. You're in there. It's a drug. It's a drug like any other one. It's just a drug, except it's a drug where people laugh at you. That's funny. In case you're wondering, I never did get picked to work the big clubs, the Comedy Store, the Improv. Nope, the lottery just didn't pay off. I gave it a shot. I took my licks. Educational? Damn straight. Look, I may be broke, but I still love my kink. As long as I can pay on a sliding scale. Laughing line, laughing at the hopeful, starry-eyed fools who stand behind. On this laughing line, just showing sign. I am only comedian 16, but I'm feeling fine. Just a showing sign. Sometimes you have to go through living hell, but comedy pays.